They've talked up a storm, these two. Now we find out which one of these two can back up words with actions and become a world champion. It's the Englishwoman Shannon Courtenay going up against Australia's Ebanie Bridges, who boxed in her home country last month, then jumped straight on a plane, went to Philadelphia to work out with Kaylee Reese, the two-weight world champion. And then jumped back on a plane here to hook up with Arnel Barretillo, her head coach. Kaylee Reese was saying, well, she's still a work in progress, but boy, can Ebanie Bridges punch. And by the way, she said, Shannon Courtenay is wide open to the left hook, so expect to see Bridges try and capitalise on that. Courtenay, of course, comes out of that Adam Booth school and has learnt a lot from that defeat to Rachel Ball. Bounced back with the highlight reel knockout that we saw last time out, and some real bad blood between these two, and a feeling that Courtenay allowed Bridges to get in ahead a little bit. She'll have to just switch back on and focus completely on the job at hand here, Paul.
She will. Both fighters have been caught in this round, mainly with jabs. Battle of the jabs at the start, but it's warmed up nicely. There's been not much of a feeling out process. Bridges looks heavy-handed. She certainly looks like she can punch. Good right hand there from Bridges.
Caught there though. Courtenay tries to force her off with her back against the ropes. Managed to get through there very nicely. The Watford woman from the same hometown as Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, you can see already that Ebanie Bridges is physically the stronger of the two. She's not really, I don't think, going to be taking a backward step in this fight, just trying to make Courtenay work at a higher rate than perhaps she is comfortable. And she did start to flag in the later stages of the Rachel Ball fight. That, of course, was over 8 rounds. And I think really her plan is here to try and just keep that front foot pressure on, keep Shannon Courtenay moving, keep her working and the output high, and drag her into something really, really tasty in the second half of the contest.
All right. Listen, all you've got to do, with this girl, is not get through 2 punches, yeah? Just work off the jab and the feet for the meantime, yeah? Come round to the centre though, yeah? You're going back to the ropes, you know what I mean? Just come round to the centre, walk off the centre. Then you've got more angles, isn't there? Yeah? Then you've got more angles when you're in the centre. I'm just going back to the ropes, yeah? All right? Yeah, beautiful. In between your punches, you need to be changing the levels, yeah? Yeah. Deep breath. Good. Relax. All right? Enjoy.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Coming up next, Savannah Marshall defending her world middleweight title against the later sub Maria Lindberg, the veteran Swede who stepped in. It will be her 5th opportunity at a world title. That's after this one. And, Bridges straight down to work with that right hand. Getting through, she will apply pressure. She's very front foot heavy. Just keep watching out for that left hook. They do feel that Courtenay takes risks, and her defences are still a work in progress.
That was a good combination at the start of the round there, Nick. Double jab and a right hand from Bridges. Caught Courtenay straight in the target. A little bit of reddening around the face of Shannon Courtenay.
Yeah, she's certainly setting the tempo here in this second round, the Australian.
Started the round really well, Bridges.
Nice body work.
Yeah.
Jamming in the body punches, then bringing the uppercut in, and Bridges absolutely bossing this second round. Courtenay needs to get a reaction here because she has allowed Ebanie Bridges to completely grab the initiative here.
Yeah, she's abandoned her movement as well. Charlie Beat gave her pretty much the perfect advice. You've got to relax, just stick and move for the meantime. Just change the angle, just try and step towards the centre of the ring, which is what she's done now, to be fair to her. But, you know, just held her feet for the first minute or so of that round and let Ebanie Bridges just let her hands go, caught her with a couple of hurtful shots, and really you don't get a lot of chance to work your way back into a 2-minute round.
Left hook's coming in, and there's a
the
cut
side of the head.
There's a cut just above the ear there, as you say, Paul. And there's blood around the head of Ebanie Bridges as well.
I think that will show you that it's a clash of heads. I think both fighters could be cut, but I think it's certainly Shannon Courtenay on the side of her head with a cut.
couple of left hooks did land in there from Bridges.
Looks really strong, Bridges.
She bossed that round, no question. Now, it is a cut to the side of the head, so it's going to look worse than it actually is.
Right, listen, she's coming forward, just like on the same level, like what we were talking about there. She's not changing her level.
Let's see if we can see where the cut comes from.
There's that left hook.
A good left hook, yeah. Cut was already there. Another good left hook back from Shannon Courtenay. But Bridges started the round really well, looked strong, aggressive, was landing a lot more shots than she did in the first round. Courtenay looked like she didn't like a couple of the shots that landed, but then she's obviously had the success later on in the round. Entertaining round.
Did Courtenay do enough to get herself back into that round? Because Bridges made such a strong start, Paul.
She did, not for me, but these are so tough to score, 2-minute rounds. I think 2-minute rounds are really difficult to score. 3-minute rounds, you have a bit more to play with.
Round 3 then of this 10-rounder for the vacant WBA bantamweight title. A title vacated by Maylin Rivas, the Venezuelan, who's moved up to super bantamweight and won the WBA belt.
First time that Shannon Courtenay, is used the feint there, and that's what's been absent for the first 2 rounds. Just been needing to try and offset that rhythm of Ebanie Bridges, or just dropping the levels down, just showing us something a little bit different. As soon as she used the feint, Bridges stepped off, but she hasn't used it since then.
I think with Courtenay as well, when she's landing shots, Bridges is catching a lot on the gloves and also landing. When Bridges lands some shots, sometimes they're unanswered, and she's looking like she's coming off the better in some of the combinations what she's throwing. Some of the exchanges she's winning because she's landing and she's staying a bit more tight and holding the shape better. The defence is a bit higher than Courtenay. There's a nice good shot from Shannon Courtenay.
That's a signature shot as well. That right hand. So Courtenay working her way back into this. Nice body work as well. Lovely left to the body. This is better from Shannon Courtenay.
And it's better stuff from Courtenay when she's on the back foot and on the receiving end. She's landed nice counters.
Bridges missing there as well. This is much better from Courtenay. Nice movement as well to just create the separation after landing her own shot. This is a lot smarter work, this, from Courtenay.
I think that's what Chris was trying to allude to before. The advice in the corner at the end of the second round was really good advice. She just couldn't implement it properly.
Nice, counter it, Ebanie, counter it.
Nice again from Courtenay.
Just these points where you want to see a nice exit from Shannon Courtenay, either clinch and spin her opposite woman, or just try and step up to the left and the right, create that angle just to get herself back into some space, which she hasn't been doing. And when Bridges has backed her up, the exchanges on the ropes have been all hers.
Well, let's see if we can see that head clash. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I'm surprised Bridges didn't come off worse on that, because
so am I.
The angle that it looked like Bridges would have come off worse, but the cut opens up on the side of Courtenay's head and the corner will deal with it, I'm sure. Won't be interfering with any vision and impairing any vision, so I think it'll be okay.
Back to boxing, baby.
You know
that was a much better round for Courtenay. Needed it.
Take your head and work it off that. Other things will open up, but you need to just be disciplined back to the posture. Right
10 seconds, corner.
Work with the head and feet again. Build it up from there. Yeah?
Second count. Round 4.
Round 4 then. These two ranked 8 and 9 with the WBA, boxing for their vacant belt. The #1 contender, incidentally, is another Australian, Shannon O'Connell, who has a much better resume than either of these two, and she'll be watching, no doubt, in Australia thinking, bring it on, as far as the winner's concerned. But Rachel Ball, we believe, once she's fully recovered from COVID, will get first crack at the winner of this one. But it's a busy division. Lots of South Americans. Daniela Bermudez, who we just seen lose to Amanda Serrano, is the WBO champion. Maria Roman, Julian Luna of Mexico, the WBC champion. It's a busy division.
Chris, you said before about when Courtenay faints, it changes the dynamic of it. At the moment, they're both just meeting each other head on with combinations. There's not really much cuteness about them, or finesse, and you know, setting traps, so to speak. They're just meeting each other head on and throwing 1-2s and 1-2 left hooks when they meet each other. You know, I'd like to see a bit more feinting and a bit more variety from Shannon Courtenay, who we know more about and know has it in the locker.
Yeah, exactly that, Paul. And I think that really was the game plan for Ebanie Bridges, just trying to goad her into an emotional sort of fight plan tonight, because she knew that if they come up close, she would have the better hands. I mean, Courtney's probably got slightly sharper, quicker hands, and again, we know the taller, rangier of the two, but she hasn't really used her attributes so far, and Bridges has managed to draw her into an emotional exchange, and as a result, so far through 4 rounds, she's ahead in the fight.
Well, it's another seesaw going on here, isn't it, with Bridges having a good round, getting a couple of hooks through as well, and has made Courtenay miss.
She stayed a bit tighter this round as well, Bridges. Her hands are higher. She's caught a lot more shots on the gloves as opposed to taking them clean.
Put your punches together. Put your punches together.
Oh, it's a tough old scrap this, isn't it? These two so evenly matched.
Ready? Last deep breath, breathe. Right, listen. When you start with the head and the feet, you make her miss. She charges with the head and the feet, but we're leading with hooks and inside shots. Don't do that. Yeah? Lead off with the jab.
Too tight.
Huh?
I got too tight.
Okay. Well, don't throw all your shots into them. Yeah? Just tap, be busy. Be busy with the pap, and just miss off.
Interesting advice there in the corner from Charlie Beat. Shannon just saying to look, just lead with the jab. She's saying I can't, her guard's too tight. And he's saying, look, just tap on that, try and get a response, because Bridges is going to be more vulnerable when she's punching and the gaps are going to appear. You can't lead off against someone that's going tight guard all the time.
Yep, and to me, the better schooled fighter out of the both is Courtenay, and she has more ability to draw that guard down and to remove that defence. But I agree with what she's saying, it is tight, but the jabs will get home if you double it up maybe, if you feint first then throw it. But as we said the previous round, they're just meeting each other head on and throwing 1-2s.
And I don't think it plays necessarily to Courtenay's strength to be just meeting this woman head on. She's very tough, very physical, very aggressive, Bridges. And she's making Courtenay fight her kind of fight here. We're in round 5.
It's going to be interesting though. I mean, Ebanie Bridges obviously carries a lot more sort of visible muscle than Shannon Courtenay, comes from that bodybuilding background. Whether that will start to sap her engine. She's only been 8 rounds once, I think, and that might have been against Crystal Hoy in her last contest. You may be able to tell me more about that, Nick, but I know she's only been the 8 rounds once and the 6-round distance once. So once this goes past 8 rounds, Shannon, of course, has been 8 rounds before against Rachel Ball, but once this goes beyond 8 rounds, those last 2 could be absolutely crucial, because it's pretty nip and tuck at this point. You'd have Bridges ahead, but it's a close fight, surely.
Oh, definitely, no question.
It's 3-1 or 2 each, I think, either way. You know, you wouldn't complain or argue either way. I think Bridges has certainly put a lot into these early rounds, but to me, she looks okay fitness-wise. She doesn't look like she's feeling the pace just yet. Good shot there from Bridges, good left hook to the head.
Yeah, she loves that left hook. That's what they were working on in camp in Philadelphia.
I think that's what she, sorry Nick, I think that's what she needs to do. Same time punching and work on that shot that she, as you've said, that she's been working on. Oh, big right hand there.
Yeah, right it was. Now then, there's a chance.
Yeah, she's buzzed her hit.
Yeah, she's definitely hurt. The legs just dipped.
Yeah,
she's hurt and she's dazed.
Trying to get the right hand in as well here, Courtenay, as Bridges is just trying to buy herself some time here.
She's done a good job of holding on there, Chris. She's held on really well there to see the round out.
Yeah, she really has. Maybe the uppercut through the middle will have some joy, but she's done so well to see out this round. Torrid, last minute from Ebanie Bridges. Big round for Shannon Courtenay.
I tell you, Bridges is unsteady going back there as well, because she picked up a right hand just on the bell there as well. And how Courtenay needed this big right hand.
See inside the clever cuter, there's the right hand there. You see the dip in the leg straight away from Bridges. She felt that. I thought she'd done really well.
Yeah, she's difficult. I'm just looking at one of the monitors to my left here, which you won't see at home yet, but the mouse that has started to swell up above Ebanie Bridges' left eye is absolutely huge. Real evidence of that right hand. And well, from just the standpoint of her being hurt, that's one thing, but her vision could be impaired. When you see this eye...
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad.
Heads have just come close there as well in that little replay which we're watching now on the screen.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see the swelling there. Just look at that.
Yeah.
That's going to close, isn't it, surely?
Round 6.
So, another decisive twist. What are we going to get in round 6? They've both had some success. They've both had to weather a little bit of pressure as well here, these two. But the momentum seems to be with Shannon Courtenay now as we go into the second half of this one.
I know you'll agree with me here, Paul. Shannon just needs to not go loading up on that right hand. She needs to almost look for every shot other than, because Bridges will be kind of consciously trying to cover that for certainly the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, now is the time to be cute. Now is the time to keep your head about you. If she's feeling like she's towards the end, Bridges, she's going to have a last hurrah. She's going to put everything into this last round and go out swinging, so to speak, or go out on a shield. So you need to keep it sensible now more than ever, Shannon Courtenay.
She's not made the best start to this 6th round either, as Bridges is bringing the pressure again. She's rallied really well. I tell you what, these two are putting on quite a scrap here.
Tell you what, has lived up to the expectations, hasn't it? Given all the talk, it would have been such a disappointment and a letdown had it not been a good fight. It's been a brilliant, brilliant scrap. Credit to both women here. Dug right in from the beginning, set a high work rate, and they've maintained it. And we're into the second half of this contest.
That's nice work again from Bridges. I'm just glad both of them have shown that they're not just the product of height. There's some substance behind both of them. And this world title is still very much up for grabs here. Oh, a real big swing and a miss from Courtenay.
That eye beginning to look worse as well, Nick. It's closing up a little bit more now above the left eyebrow of Bridges.
Ooh, good uppercut. Picked some nice shots in this round. Aussie.
I think Courtenay could be making this fight a lot easier for herself. Just push away, nudge it off, give that little bit more distance in between. The only success Bridges is having is when she's close or when they're both throwing at the same time.
Got to say as well, Nick, credit to Shannon Courtenay, showing a great chin tonight. She's taken a lot of flush leather, and we had Kaylee Reese on the show earlier this afternoon, who's of course newly crowned super lightweight champion with the WBA, and she said, listen, Ebanie Bridges hits like an absolute mule. She said, I've got her to win by knockout, but so far Courtenay's taken flush leather, but she's not really shown much by way of being hurt in this contest, and you have to say she's shown a really, really good chin. They both boxed the best that certainly the best I've seen both of them box in this contest. Courtenay's certainly shown improvement since the Rachel Ball fight, and well, it's the most that we've seen from Bridges in her 6th contest today.
Well, Bridges hasn't really faced anybody of any note at all. You know, so her first 3 fights were a 3-fight novice, a debutant, and a 1-11 opponent. She went to America, beat Crystal Hoy, who was 6-10. Last month she beat a 3-3-1 45-year-old by the name of Carol Earl, whose 3 victories came against opponents who didn't have a win between them. There's no pedigree there at all for Ebanie Bridges, but she's stepping up a level. Courtenay's certainly stepping up a level. As I said earlier, guys, they're both showing they've got some substance. There's more to these two than just a little bit of hype and flash. It's good to see. It's good for women's boxing, and it's certainly putting on a really good fight as well.
She's just been smiling in the corner there, Ebanie Bridges, saying, yes, she's catching me, but I'm catching her too.
That's the Aussie mentality, isn't it? Give one, take one. I'll give you another one.
That's the type of stuff we need to see more of from Shannon Courtenay. On the back foot boxing, jab, jab, edge your way back. Right hand, left hook, roll, get out of trouble, get out either side. Just try and keep it smart and sensible, but she has to stay tight.
Clever from Courtenay. Reacted well.
Got to say at this point, Nick, a draw and a rematch is not out of the realm of possibility, because this is going to be right on a knife edge.
Good body shot has just landed there from Bridges. Courtenay took a little backward step there and didn't want to engage after that. But good shot.
That's nice again from Bridges. And there's a right hand, and now Courtenay's in trouble again, as Bridges really starts to come on strong here in this 7th round, forcing the reaction from Courtenay.
Do you know, Courtenay's done really well in that little exchange, though, just jabbing on the back foot, just getting herself out of that corner and boxing her way back to centering behind the straight left hand, just to try and give herself a little bit of space, but she's definitely felt that.
I can see what Courtney's trying to do, Nick, but she's got to stay tight. She's trying to catch Bridges as she's coming in, but the defence isn't there at the moment, and she's taking too many shots.
That's right hands that are coming through. She's backing up. She does land a right hand as she turns it around here, Courtney, but Bridges keeps on coming. And they are both going for broke here in this 7th round. This is full on from both of them. I tell you, if this comes down to who's got the engine, it's going to be fascinating to see who is the better conditioned. Bridges finishes that round looking strong. That eye is horrendous, but she finished that round on top.
Really good round to watch. Some big shots landed from both fighters. I felt Bridges landed the more hateful power shots. But again, a lot of it is down to Courtney losing her shape, and she's got to be careful because she knows she's hurt Bridges. And she's got to be careful that she doesn't get her own heart broken here. You've hurt her, you've had her going, and then she's come back and had a really good round the next round, Chris.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Fi. The one thing you can just see there on the screen, what she did really well a couple of times when she was backed onto the rope, just found that exit to the left-hand side, just dropped the head down to the left and pivoted out, gave herself the space to work, and that was crucial when Bridges was in the ascendancy for a couple of points, and she had Shannon Courtenay hurt.
Guys, who's winning this fight right now? The silence is deafening.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine at the moment, Nick.
Really? I mean, I got it 4-3 Bridges. It could be 4-3 Courtney. You could go 5-2 either way. It really is one of those.
I've got a 4-3 Courtney at the moment.
I'm going the other way, Bridges, but it's close fight toss. And it could come down to these last 3, and it could come down to conditioning. Ebanie Bridges still looks really strong and full of running here.
See, this is where Courtney and the corner need to really get onto it. There's nothing changing with Bridges. It's the same thing from the first bell. And Courtney's trying to box, and she's trying to get on the back foot, but she's being caught by these shots off Bridges early on in the rounds.
That's better for Courtney.
Keep going. Hands up. Good job, Shannon. Let's go. Right, Shannon. Look out.
Again, Courtney just tries to land the big right hand, and she's forcing Bridges back here. That's not where Bridges wants to be operating. She is not a back foot boxer. Now she manages to turn it around again here. It's a battle of wills in there between these two midway through this 8th round.
That jab as well from Courtney. I think she could be doing better with that. She's shooting the jab to the chest of Bridges every time, and she tries to find the target where it is there. She'll land it. Stop Bridges right in the tracks if that jab starts to land.
The round's got better for Courtney the longer it's gone on for me, guys. Well, Bridges came out fast, and then Courtney has had some success, and then just say that, there's another turning of the tide. Michael Alexander will have to separate them, as Courtney almost got shoved through the ropes there. If she could, I think you guys said it earlier, one of you said it, she could make life so much easier for herself, Courtney, if she could work behind that jab.
The best one in my mouth.
Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna have to look through your hand, yeah? And sometimes you have to do soft and hard. Soft, hard. Yeah, just have to get that slowly. Just set him up. Don't just keep looking for one shot.
Is the 9th round coming up?
Yeah? Come on, have to work.
Yeah.
We need to work this through.
Yes, a good start
If you want to be a world
from
champ, you got to work
the Australian. And I thought Courtney regrouped well. Rachel Ball looking on.
Look busy.
Don't follow her around when she's driving.
Probably making some notes as well. Don't look like it. She's just enjoying it like the rest of us are.
Well, what a kind of kickstart to her career it was last summer, and she, I think, is well within her rights to feel that she should be the front runner for the winner. But the way this is going, I think this could have rematch written all over it, especially if it goes to a split decision or even a draw, of course.
It's still there in the balance, this fight.
Yeah, really.
It's a close one. It's how you're scoring it, what you like, what the judges like, more importantly. I think the referee's done well tonight.
Who's got the big push left? Who can claim these last 2 rounds decisively? And either of them impose their will on their opponent.
She's too strong for this girl, Ebanie. Good down. Do that right on the top.
Bridges looking to hold a little bit more there. Something she hasn't done in this fight. She's been the aggressor, walking forward, trying to land these big power shots.
Still trying, it's getting a little bit ragged in there now as surely fatigue is starting to play a part here. That was a lovely combination from Shannon Courtenay. Bridges soaks it up, walks through it. This is nice, and a jolting right hand from Courtenay. Forces her back. Now Bridges is in big trouble, takes another right hand as Courtenay goes for the finish here in round 9. And she's completely bossing it now, and Bridges is in big, big trouble. Wilting. The body shot comes in, she's setting her up, she's slowed right down here, Bridges. Can Courtenay put her away?
She'll be struggling to see these shots, Nick, especially the right hand, because of the damage to the left eye.
Oh, another huge right hand, nothing coming back from Bridges either. Can Courtenay keep the pressure on? Michael Alexander is hovering, but Bridges is trying to summon something up. But this has been a nightmare round for her.
They're going to have to get the doctors to look at that eye at the end of this round. She's taken 5 or 6 clean right hands on it. She obviously can't see out of it. And I know there's only 2 minutes left to go in the fight after this round. If she gets to the end of it, of course. Whoa! She's still there though, man. Wow. What a scrap this has been.
I can't tell you how many people have been sneering in the build-up to this fight. These two don't belong here. They're both hype jobs. There's no substance to them. They're not real fighters. Everybody who criticised these two can just shut up, because these two have put everything on the line.
Stop, hands up. And when you see that big shot to that right hand is open there.
She didn't need to say it to the corner. We can all see it. Obviously, she just said to the corner straight away, I can't see out my eye. And you know, it's obvious that she couldn't see, but the amount of right hand she took in that round, Chris, from Shannon Courtenay, is proof. Yeah, it's proof that she couldn't see through that.
No, and incredible that she stayed on her feet. The difficulty is that this is right in the balance now. I think her team, as Shannon Courtenay's team, will feel that this last round is going to be absolutely crucial, probably for both of them to avoid a draw. One of them's got to take this by the scruff of the neck, but in order for Bridges to win this round, she's going to have to let her hands go. She's going to get tagged on that eye. This is roll the dice time for both girls. Fantastic stuff so far.
It really is. It's going to come down to this last round. Can Bridges regroup from that bad ninth round? Can Courtenay keep the pressure on, put some distance between her and her opponent, and claim this belt? And as Paul Smith said earlier, how are the judges seeing it? What are they like? But Courtenay is certainly finishing the stronger.
One thing we can't fault tonight is the spirit, the desire, and the bravery of both of these fighters as well. This has been a tough fight for both of them. They've took so many shots. There is facial damage, obviously, for both fighters, and they're still here fighting like this in the last round.
Absolutely. Do you know what? Courtenay's doing the smart thing, just circling to her right-hand side, away from essentially the only one good eye that Ebanie Bridges has got left, and credit to her for marching forwards. But of course, she's got that high, tight guard. The vision's going to be impeded peripherally with that anyway. How she is still in this, I don't know, but she's doing a fantastic job, and ultimately she's still the one pressing the action here.
Yeah. She's found her second win, third win, fourth win tonight. Ebanie Bridges.
Oh, they have to do it again. They have to do this again.
Let's go, you're strong in this girl, you're fit.
Inside the last minute. Still Bridges pushing forward. It's a closer round, this one. Courtenay has not managed to really boss it. Even though she started off well, Bridges is, if anything, finishing the stronger. What desire from the Aussie. And now Courtenay goes to work here as we get inside the final 20 seconds of this one. They could not have put any more into this, either of them.
Let me go home. Do not hold, just keep punching. Let's go, 10 seconds. Again.
Put your hands together and give them both a round of applause, because they've earned it.
Great advertisement for female boxing, great advertisement for boxing in general. That was a really good fight.
Well, just when we thought that Farouk and Espinosa couldn't get any better, I think these two may somehow just manage to top it.
Yeah, no question, no question. Tell you, they'll have made believers of a lot of people tonight as well. And I think those last 2 rounds are going to prove decisive. I don't think we're going to be getting the draw here, Chris. I think Courtenay may just have done enough. Paul?
I think Courtenay's done enough. I think she's done enough to win the title, and you know, the home fighter has done it, but I think she's won it. I think she's definitely done enough. A really, really entertaining fight between 2 fighters with so much guts, bravery, fitness, desire, as I've mentioned before, and that was a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, well said, Paul. Possibly 6'4", this Courtenay, but crikey, what a chin she showed, because Bridges was really due to be the puncher coming into this one, although she was the physically stronger, and she certainly landed heavy shots throughout the contest. Courtenay took them all, and it was Bridges who was hurt a couple of times in the contest. The legs went halfway through from a right hand that caused the swelling of the eye. We thought it might close. It obviously did do, and well, credit to the Australian for seeing the fight out and for pressing the action as well. There'll be no love lost between them. I don't think they're going to be friends at the end of this, but they cannot have anything other than complete respect for each other. That was an unbelievable scrap.
It really was. Both of them put absolutely everything out there. Both of them went up 2 or 3 levels from what we've seen from them in the past as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, that was the other criticism of this contest, wasn't it? That this is way too early for these 2 to be fighting for a world title, like Juliana Vida and Mariana Juarez and Selena Munoz, Meliana Soroche. There's some very, very good fighters out there who'll be going, I want one of these 2 next. But actually, given the standard and the levels that they went up, you can actually say that was well worthy of the title that's on the line tonight. It's not a deep division, we know that. We have to accept that women's boxing is still growing globally as a sport. It's David Diamante and Dennis Gilmartin from the board just checking those scorecards, and that tells you that it's close.
Well, they both won rounds. That is a fact. I mean, if we're here 190 on this one, I mean, that will be an outrage. They have both won rounds.
I think I wouldn't be surprised here with a few of the previous decisions we've seen if this was really close or a draw, or one judge has got it one way or the other, because it will ultimately come down to what you like. I've got a Courtenay. I think we all have, both very close fight and very entertaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please, for these 2 fighters. After 10 rounds of action here in London, England, we go to the judges' scorecards. Bob Williams, 97-94. Luigi Boscarelli and Gregors Melinda both scored about 98-92. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision, and the new WBA bantamweight champion from Watford,
It's Shannon Courtenay that gets it.
Shannon, the baby-faced assassin, Courtenay.
A young woman who has turned her life around through boxing, has just hit the heights, and there is the respect between the 2 of them, as you expect.